All right, boys and girls, welcome back. We're gonna move on to the next step, working on these. And I think they're looking good. Looking good. These are the drawer fronts. This one with a single strip, when it's narrow enough, I don't do the cross thing. I think it looks better with the single. And these are the doors. All right, and so the next step, these are pretty much ready for finish. However, I want to address this one issue before we go ahead and sand them and put finish on them. Is if you could see down here, you could see that curvature on the top of the door. This is the only one that's curving right now, this door. But any one of these that are a little wider, remember the wood expands and contracts along the width. They have a chance to curve any one of these. Maybe not this one, that one's a little short. Well, narrow. The width of that one's a little narrow. But any one of them. So to prevent that, I don't know what the different options are for solution. Maybe layer with plywood or whatever, but I've already constructed these this way. And the solution I came up with is to drill a hole. This 5/16 dowel, I don't know, it leaves about 1/8 on top and bottom, but drill a hole down the width of it all the way across. That just barely fits this rod. Insert it. The rod's going to be cut like a 1/4 inch shorter to give it space for the wood to move. It's not going to be glued in, it's just going to be inserted. There's going to be one rod, two rod per door, top and bottom. And that's my solution to keep it from warping. All right, so here's the setup. Everything's clamped in. Everything is lined up. Notice there's a scrap here, so the way it doesn't mess the door up. Scrap here. All we gotta do is drill here. All right, now I'm gonna remove this guide. Remember, it's drilled about halfway into the door, so that beginning hole is like a guide for the second half. I'm gonna move that board down, clamp it to the edge, and drill the rest of the way in. It feels really loose at the entrance here. I don't know what happened. Sometimes I'll go in reverse just to get it in, so it's not cutting the hole bigger in the entrance. Then I'll go forward. It just felt like it got really easy to drill, like it poked out somewhere. It's not good. Dang it. Hold on. Alright, so far so good. We're almost there. Oh, jeez, I need headphones. That hurts. Alright, I think it feels like success. Wow, okay. That's successful. So let me set up the other side. I'm going to do the same thing with this side on that corner. Oh shoot, there you go. See, it popped out. Dang it. That sucks. The only thing I know to do in this case is to try again with another hole right next to it. If the second hole works, I'm just gonna put a plug there, fix that breakout, and go from there. The heck, bro. Alright, we're gonna try one more time. I'm gonna use the other Brad Point bit. I feel like I need to check the front side, make sure it didn't come out that end. Sure did. What the heck? This guy does not want to cooperate at all. I don't know what to do. I give up. You know something? At this point, I'm gonna try to go one more time. From opposite sides. I got no choice. I gotta try it. Alright, the way that broke through, it looks like the hose did align up pretty well. It broke through pretty cleanly with no resistance. So I think it met in the middle pretty well. Perfect, 1/4 inch on both sides. Okay, now I gotta cut some plugs for it. So the way I glue these in is I find this is the side I broke. You can see the wood grain a lot better on this side. So you line it up so it's in line with that wood grain. And then I just put a bunch of glue because these holes come out a little loose. Just put a bunch of glue on it. A lot. And then let it. Like I said, especially this side is a loose fit. So I want the glue to pull around all the openings all around it. I'm gonna let these tack up. Once it's nice and dry, I'm gonna cut these off and then use a real sharp chisel to plane it down basically and the plugs will be done. If everything would have gone well, you just get these 2 plugs on one side. And I gotta fix these, I don't know what you call them, breakthroughs from both sides. So the depth of this is exactly the depth of that hole. I'm gonna cut out at least double this length. So this is about 3 inches. I'm gonna go to 6 because it's really thin under the surface here. I don't know if this will work, but I hope it does. I'm gonna square off these edges now the best I can. It's not perfect, especially here, but I'm gonna fill the cracks with putty anyway, all the colored putty. I think it'll work. It's kind of the idea anyway. Alright, so the mistake I just made is I measured from here to the center, and then when I measured here, I measured from the edge to the edge, not the edge to the center. But now I fixed it. Obviously this is going to be a mess up, a screw up a little bit. I gotta find a board that will match this grain pattern as closely as possible. So when I cut these pieces out and glue them in, they'll at least be close. I think this is it right here. There's a lot of finer grain. Then you got this big piece here for the big grain. And more finer grain here. Yeah, it's pretty close. I'm gonna plane this down to the right thickness. I'm gonna plane so it just sits above the surface so I could sand it down. For now, I'm just gonna keep skimming it from both sides till every piece of the surface has been planed. Then I'll measure and see how much lower I have to go. So we're around 8.2. We gotta go down another 1.2. That'll work. That's where these spacer blocks come in handy. It's too thick. It's too thin. That's just a tickle too thick. So I'm gonna cut something just tiny bit thinner than this. This thing just barely fits in here. It's actually a little loose. So just take any piece of scrap right here. Oh, so that's a really nice tight fit. It's a little tight. I think that'll do it. Some spots it's actually loose. Some spots it's pretty tight. That'll work, I think. All right. It's hard for me. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's nice. That is nice. Oh, by the way, this is water-based glue. So as you put the glue on the wood, the water is going to make it swell. It's good. This side's actually just above it. It's almost flush, but no, it's still above. And the side is the amount that I expected it to be above. It sticks out a little bit. I think it's going to turn out pretty nice here. But on second thought, I got some sawdust from the bandsaw. Oh, this is the same wood. I'm going to mix this sawdust with glue and mix it in there. So yeah, I'm basically making putty of the exact color of the wood. Oh yeah, I like that one better. How you like me now? Oh yeah. These boys are ready to go. Remember the little divot here? It goes below the surface, so I'm not trying to scrape it. I'm trying to pat it down so it fills it and stays above the surface. Right here where this hole is. I think it should be. I think this might work out pretty good. We'll see how it goes. Gotta let it dry, then sand it off, and we'll see what we get. Okay, while that dries, we'll address these plugs. We'll take care of them now. Okay. It's still very sharp, by the way. We don't have to clean it out. Try this. Sorry about that. Yeah. Crap. Dang it. Heck. This guy's still loose. He got pushed in. The glue's not dry enough yet. Remember, this is the back side where the hinge is, so it's not very visible anyway. Well, it's not perfect, especially this side. But I could probably do something with that, make it a little darker somehow. Can't really even tell, can you? Yeah, this side is a little visible. This is the next day, and this is completely hard now. At least it should be completely hard. I want to fix this white spot. You can see where it's really visible. The wood's too light of a color. This end here matches this gray, so that little end I want to replace. Alright, so I'm not going deep at all because I don't need to. I'm not filling a hole. I'm just going deep enough to put a different piece of wood on top, different color. Alright, got the rods in this one door, the repair's done. can't really see it. I think it's going to come out even better once the finish is on there. I got a few more repairs to do on the doors that are in the kitchen already. I'm going to do that off camera. Also, I'm going to finish putting the rods in the rest of these. And that's going to be it for this video. I don't know if finishing is going to make a interesting enough video to record. So you may see a finishing video next. You may not. If it's not finishing, I'm not sure where I'm going to pick up next. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.